Okay, so just a break from everything else that we're doing. We've got a lot of Skip the Line reactions that are coming tomorrow. We just wrapped up a series. But I have been noticing a lot in the comment section. A lot of people have been asking me for this particular artist called Oliver Anthony. And the song is called Men North Of Richmond, right? And lots of people have been asking me to do this. Apparently he's a country singer. I think he's like an everyday kind of Joe. He's got sort of like a day job that he does. So he's blue collar worker. That just like doing music, but this particular song, from what I am told, has completely blown up, right? Completely blown up, where everyone's talking about him, and people have been asking me, please, can you just react to this? And I thought, okay, well, let me do this now. Let me see if I can drop this now. So this is Oliver Anthony, Men North of Richmond. Let's see what all the hype is about. Let's go.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men north of Richmond. I wish politicians would look out for miners, and not just miners on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men north of Richmond. I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay.
Wow. Okay. I can absolutely see why this blew up. 15 million views in 7 days. Can absolutely see why this blew up, because this would have struck a nerve with a hell of a lot of people, specifically in the United States. Well, that's who he's speaking of. Men North of Richmond, I'm assuming he's talking about Washington, D.C. or Wall Street. Either one. I've got a lot to say about this. Let's start from the beginning. Let's let's just dive into what he's actually saying over here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song, man. And it's a song that so many people can relate to, specifically in this day and age in the United States, where people have just feels like they've just been completely and utterly forgotten. It's no longer about everyone being united and everybody having their own strifes. They've now created a world in the United States where no one's equal anymore, although they try to tout this whole equality vibe, but it's really not that. It's all classism. So what they're building at the moment in the United States is not this equality and equity bullshit. They're not doing any of that bullshit. What they're building in the United States is the have-nots and the have-yachts, the have-jets and the have-debts. That is what they're building out in the United States, right? So let's just go back into this and just listen to this again.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to what the world's gotten to specifically for working class people, right? People who go out and break their backs and they do the dirty work to keep an impossible system consistently running. I mean, construction, power lines, sewage, all the stuff that are really important that no one really gives a shit. Truckers that transport all of the vital stuff that you need. No one gives a shit about them, right? The elite certainly don't give a fuck about them. Those people are disposable at the end of the day. And the thing is that what's actually happened is the politicians in the USA, and if you're speaking more broadly in the West, have completely failed on every single one of their policies. Completely failed on every single one of their policies. So what's happened? They've lost the working class vote. The working class people won't vote for them anymore, right? They say, because you don't do anything for us. There's absolutely nothing you do. Right? You go there and you pass these fancy bills and you put everything together in a fancy bill where they'll put like climate change and they'll put a whole bunch of radical stuff that they want to get passed. And then if it gets opposed, they immediately call you racist or they'll call you homophobe because they couple everything into one bill. Or you don't care about the planet or whatever. And it's all for their own agenda. It's all for their own ends. And what happened is this has been going on. This has been a perpetual thing that's been happening in the United States. And the working class vote has been lost, completely lost. So who do they turn to? They turn to the radical people. They turn to the radicals. Washington only cares about the elites. They only care about the elites. That's all they give a shit about. They don't give a shit about the fucking people anymore. For them to even sit there and tout and stand on their soapbox and virtue signal to this and this and that, and they'll talk about black communities. What have you done for black communities? What have you done? What has Washington? What has a Democrat Party done for the black community? Democrat and Republican alike. Every single time we get a new president in, and there's all these promises and whatever else, and black communities still stay in the same position. Absolutely nothing. But you know what? They'll let you paint a BLM sign. They'll let you paint a BLM sign on the street. Compassion, right? They'll let you paint a mural on the street, right? But they do nothing. And then when a black person actually has the wherewithal to say, listen, I'm not an idiot. I've got agency over my own life. I can do whatever I want. This is a free country. I can do whatever I want in this country, and I can make this on my own. You know what I mean? This bullshit of division, all that kind of thing, I'm not for it. You'll have a black person saying that, and a white liberal will call them the black face of white supremacy. Who are the real racists here? Who are the real racists here? And I'm not touting for any party. I'm not touting for the Democrat or the Republican. The Republican and the Democrat Party alike are both garbage. The system in America has completely failed. The system in America is run by donors. It's not run by politicians. Donors run the United States. And everybody has got their hand in the cookie jar. And everybody has got their own interests. They don't care about the people. They don't care about the people. They have failed the people again and again and again and again and again. And now, because the people are noticing, now because the temperature is rising, right, where they see that you've delivered nothing and the people don't trust you anymore, right? So they take over the media apparatus, they take over the educational apparatus, they take over the Hollywood apparatus, and they mingle amongst the elites over there to push the same message, right? And anybody that is counter that message, anyone that goes against that gets shunned and their life gets completely destroyed, or they get cancelled or whatever else. And even if you're a black man that'll stand up and be like, I'm not for you because you've done nothing for me, they will call you the white face of white supremacy. They haven't just forgotten these people, the people that he's speaking over here, his community. They've forgotten every community. They have failed absolutely everybody. This is how it works. They come into power. Okay, in order for me to do something for you, I need you to give me more power. So people are like, okay, cool. We'll give you more power, right? We need more power to pass on this, to pass this policy, to put this bill through Congress, right? Okay, here, you've got more power. They pass the bill fails. When the bill fails, they say, oh, no, we need more power to fix that. So if you want that to be resolved, you need to hand over more power. So people are like, okay, well, we'll hand over more power. Policy fails, right? No one gets fired. In Washington, in the United States, people fail upwards. They fail upwards. You know what I mean? There's never a repercussion for your failures. Absolutely never a repercussion for your failures. War on war on war on war on failed war. It's crazy how the American people are not absolutely sick of this at the moment. Where I don't know if you haven't realized you're not winning any wars. You're not winning any wars. I'll tell you what you are doing. You're maintaining wars. Why? Because the three pillars of America needs to make money. Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, BlackRock, for the four pillars. They need to make money. So maintaining wars is what they do. So billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars go to endless wars that are never won, with zero objectives, that keep failing, but the objective was to keep failing, right? Billions, and going into the trillions of dollars that can go to people like this, that can go to people that are in the street, that are homeless, people that are shooting up drugs in the street. No, they pass the compassionate law. It's like, hey, we'll give you clean kits for you to shoot up. At least you're not shooting up with old used kits. We'll give you clean kits to shoot up. I mean, the absolute sadistic notion of that is beyond comprehension. But that's the new world we're living in, right? That's the new world we're living in. Delusion. No more morals, no more standards, absolutely nothing. Do as you feel. Act on your emotions. Your emotions are the sum total of who you are. Logic and reason means absolutely nothing. Intelligence means absolutely nothing. Know what I mean? Everything's been hijacked by absolute radicals. Everything's been completely and utterly politicized. Science is no longer science because it's been politicized. Everything has been absolutely and utterly tainted. Absolutely everything has been tainted. Everything is fake. Your stock markets are fake. Your leaders are fake. Your movements are fake. Your social media are fake. Your influencers are fake. Your money, your fiat currency is fake. It's all fake. Everything. Nothing is worth absolutely anything. And when you're sitting in this kind of situation, what do you think leaders need to do? They need to divide and conquer. They have no other way. They need distractions. They need you to hate your neighbor so that they can get away with their bullshit. They need to throw taglines at you like tax the rich when they know that it is virtually impossible to tax the rich because of tax loopholes for the rich. They know that. They will sit there and they'll throw these slogans, and they'll throw these slogans at uneducated, poor people that do not understand how money works and do not understand how the real world works with money. You think the rich are sitting there leaving liquid cash lying around for the government to take? You think that's the way it works? You think the politicians don't know that? Then the politicians don't know that the rich can extract their money easily without having to pay anything. I'll give you an example. Nike in the USA has got a company registered in the USA and a company registered in the Belize. The company in the USA is the operations, is the sales, is absolutely everything. The company in Belize is the trademark. The company in Belize only pays 1% tax. The company in the USA pays whatever it would be, 40% tax, right? At the end of every quarter or at the end of every year when they've got to declare their profits, let's say Nike makes $400 million profit, right? So it's like, cool, okay, taxman comes and he says, okay, no, we want that money. Nike says, no, wait, guys, we can't pay you that because we've got to pay royalties first. We've got to pay the royalties for our brand first, right? So that's tax deductible. Cool. Nike in Belize invoices Nike in the USA for $380 million and says that those are the royalties, right? Or they'll invoice them for $400 million and say that's the royalties. And then they go to the tax man and be like, sorry, we made zero profit this quarter. We made zero profit this year, when they made $400 million. But they extract the money into another bank account, pay less tax because it's a tax haven, right? And those are tax loopholes that politicians aren't closing up. I haven't heard a single politician run on closing corrupt loopholes. Not a single politician will run on that. Why? Do you know why? Because they use those loopholes. But they'll throw the bullshit tagline, oh, the rich need to pay their fair share. The rich pay their fair share. Trust me, they do. They pay their fair share in many different ways. But what they do is they take advantage of the very loopholes that your politicians leave open for them. And the only reason they leave them open for them is because the politicians themselves use that. So who's paying the tax? Who exactly pays the tax? The middle class pays the tax. The middle class and the poor pay the tax. These guys pay the fucking tax. The honest man, and unfortunately, this is the way the world works specifically today, the honest man will always pay the heaviest price. That's the world we're living in at the moment. Everyone's forgotten because the elites are more important. And they sit there and they stand on their soapbox. They stand on their soapbox as if they've got any level of morality. The most corrupt, most vile, most sickening people will sit there and preach to you. People that have never achieved a fucking thing. These are career politicians that have never achieved a fucking thing or even built a business of their own. And they're telling you that you're the terrible ones. They the pristine ones, man. They the great ones. Elon Musk is an arsehole, says the political elite that sits there on taxpayer money, right? That lives a good life on taxpayer money, that has never built a single thing in their life, has never advanced humanity, not even 1 inch closer to anything, are telling you who the good and the bad people are now. The sickest, most corrupt, most dirty people on the planet are telling you who are virtuous. And what are we doing? We follow. Do you know why? Because they like to dangle shiny things in front of you. They love to dangle shiny things in front of you. They'll be like, oh look, MAGA hat, or stimulus check. Remember that in COVID? When they went and they just printed more money than God? And they say stimulus check, right? And everyone's like, well, if you don't want a stimulus check, then don't get the stimulus check. Everyone was so happy to get the stimulus check, and you paid that back 10 times over in inflation a couple of years later. 2 years later, inflation hit, and you paid that back 10 times over. I said it already when it happened then. You were going to pay that money back 10 times over. Inflation is the greatest tax of all. They don't give a fuck about. They don't give one fucking iota of a damn for you or the next guy. And they don't care for your skin pigmentation. They don't care for your sexual orientation. You're all just pawns on a fucking chessboard. All of you. I don't care what you think. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you are what you identify as. I don't care what your skin color is. I don't care what your religious orientation is. It doesn't matter. They don't give a fuck about a damn of you. They don't care. They use you as pawns for their own agenda. Look at the American cities at the moment. Look at what is happening in the American cities at the moment, while America is shipping billions of dollars overseas for yet another war. For yet another war that is going to land up like every other war that America has ever fought. We've got juvenile children running the show at the moment. Juvenile children running the show at the moment. And it's not to say that, no, you can't help other people abroad. Sure. But fuck, at least keep your own house in check. Look at your own cities. Look at what they've divulged into. Look at how they've regressed. They're becoming dumps. Your infrastructure is becoming a joke. People are living on the street in squalor. That's the American dream? While the borders are open and people just flooding into America. While people like this fit the bill. People like this fit the bill. They fit the bill for all of the money that goes to Raytheon and Lockheed Martin and all of that. They are the ones that die in your wars for a country that ultimately hates them at the end of the day. It's a damn shame, man. The political system in the United States at the moment is absolutely ridiculous, and I really do feel bad. And I think it's not just in the USA, it's across the world, but more specifically in the Western world. We've let the lunatics out of the asylum, and we've let the lunatics run the show. And we've put the sensible people into the asylum and called them abnormal all of a sudden. He doesn't just speak for him and his community. He speaks for more than his community. This song over here transcends across skin color, across communities, across the board. Because it's not just him that feels like this. It's the black mom that needs to go and work 2 jobs at a supermarket to get bullshit pay for her to go home and struggle to feed the children in a shit neighborhood that hasn't had attention in decades. With every politician coming in and promising different things all of the time and delivering on nothing, not even Obama. Because donors run the show. That is America. Sad to see where it's gone. It really is sad to see where it's gone. Beautiful country with beautiful people that are being led by the most corrupt of corrupt. We can only hope for change, but I'm of the feeling that there's still going to be a lot of pain before we see a lot of change. And it's going to have to hit like everything else in history. An empire is going to eventually fall. And then only realize how good they had it. History will repeat itself. Make no mistake of that. Beautiful song, man. I love you all. Please stay safe, please stay healthy. Peace.